Alright everybody, welcome to episode 2 of how to make a FNAF game, or Five Nights at Freddy's game, on Scratch. So this is episode 2, and in our last episode, here's just a little recap. In our last episode, we basically designed the main menu. We worked on a nice smooth screen. We have a little dialogue text there, and we have a shop that you can enter and exit. So in this episode, we are going to start by working on the 2 doors and the computer, and then we will go from there. So, let's go ahead and start. So, the first thing we are going to do here is we are going to actually create a sprite for each door and then the computer. So, the doors are going to be easy. Those are actually the easiest part. So I'm going to paint a door. Make sure it will be able to go over each door. So I'm going to start by working on a shape that I can kind of get into this thing here. So if I were to put it here, we still have our outline, and now I can just kind of boom. Oh, too big, or too tall actually. Okay, let's see here. Now, the tricky part is actually just designing how it looks. The coding should actually be nothing but easy, so that's not nice. Get back in the door. Okay, there we go. So we now have our shape, so I'm going to basically use this shape, and there's not really it's not super advanced, I guess, to make a door. So I'm gonna try to do maybe this darker brown and kind of go into maybe a brownish gray, sort of. Let's see if I go somewhere like around here, and when we get here, and it kind of turns. Okay, that's not actually that bad at all. So I'm going to call this door left, because this is the left door we have. Maybe, I don't know, design something. I might put yellow stripes on it, just to be like, caution, beware the door, or, I don't know. Okay, let's see here. How does that look if I do that? Boop. Nah. That's alright. Okay. Maybe I'll just make a handle or something. So I'm gonna have to do this. Alright. Now, is this too thick of a door handle or an outline? Okay. So, I got an idea. So, here, this will be closed. And then closed will be red, and then open will be green. So make sure you have 2 costumes, a closed costume and then an open costume. And then the open costume you should kind of do something like this, kind of make sure that you're making it go up, so the door is opening upward actually. Boom. Once you do this, do not center it. Otherwise, you're going to have to move the entire sprite, which will change what it looks like when it's closed. So, boom. Open. And then when you press it, we'll have it close. So, oh, I thought I named this door left. What is happening? Okay. There we go. Door left. So, closed, open. So, here's what we are going to do. I'm going to stop running that real quick because it's lagging a bit. So when flag is clicked, we are going to switch our costume to closed. Okay, so this will just make sure that it's automatically closed once our round starts. And actually what we can also do is when backdrop switches to game, we can also set it to closed. That way, if you play again, it'll automatically close it again. Alright, so here's what we can do. Let's create a local variable, and we will call this variable status. And local means that it'll only be for the sprite, and public would be where any of these other sprites can access it as well. So because we're gonna have a local variable, the only reason for that is because it's only going to be controlled by our left door. And then if we duplicate this for our right door, it's still going to only have a local variable for the right door. So again, when flag is actually, wait, no, we don't have to duplicate that. Set status to closed. Set status to closed. So C will be closed and O will be open. So now what we can do is when flag is clicked, forever, if then and else equals. So what we will do is if status equals closed, what we will now do is switch costume to closed. Anything else, we will set it to open. So what it should, have I not set it yet? Hold on. Okay, that's why. Boom, closed. Awesome, there we go. So now what we can do is when this sprite is clicked, let's see here, if status equals, actually we could probably do an if then and else, I think, right? Or no, just to make sure that we can specify, I'm gonna use just a normal if and then. So if, let's see, status equals, actually, wait, my bad. Okay, so if status equals closed, what we are going to do is set status to open, and then we are going to stop the script. Set status to open, and then stop the script. The script. Make sure you change this to this script, otherwise it's going to stop your entire project. And then if status is open, we will set the status to C. So here we go. Let's see how this works. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, it works. Now I'm kinda thinking that I would like to also be able to click here. But I guess it also gives it a little more challenge. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, okay, I accidentally dragged it somewhere. That one's on me. So to control and make sure that I don't accidentally drag it out of its area that it's supposed to be in, I'm going to real quickly do this. Go to, and I'm going to keep it at that location. So now when I do this, oh, boom, it'll go right back. Just so that, you know, we can't accidentally mess it up. So, oh, right, okay, I'm good, I'm happy I pressed that. So now what we're gonna have to do is also, when flag is clicked, forever, and then if, then, and else, and then we're gonna make sure and do another equals, and we're gonna see if the backdrop number is 3, because that's the game backdrop number for me. So if backdrop number equals 3, we are going to show, and else we are going to hide. I'm pretty sure this is right. So now I play. Yep. Boom. There we have it. I can't accidentally drag it out anymore, because if I do, it'll go right back to its area. So awesome. Now it is closed. Any other scripts we'll need to do with maybe the gameplay, we will come back to that. So now let's do door right. So the only difference here right now is that I'm gonna make this go to 223. Of course, it's a little off a bit. Let's see, 222, and then maybe minus 12. Okay, perfect. So now it is perfectly in the middle, and it'll open and close. And now we don't have to script all that other stuff, which is awesome. And also, a reason why we made this variable local is because if it were public, if we closed one door, it would close both, or open both, which is why the variables are private or local, within these two. So if you happened to skip that and actually made it public, you can just delete the variable and then change it again. Swap variables in Sprite. That might be an add-on as well. Me and my add-ons, I need to stop. Okay, so we now have doors. They both start shut. They both open. And now probably for the part you were waiting for, the computer. Alright, so how exactly am I thinking of doing this? I'm not completely sure. What if we create something cameras? Just real quick. Cameras. And so what this sprite is going to do is it's going to actually hand us our feed. And of course nothing really moves on camera in Five Nights at Freddy's, not the first game at least, which is why what this will do is just it'll change. So we will have different costumes for when maybe Freddy's over here, and then another costume. Okay, Freddy moved, Freddy's over here. Or another one for like maybe, okay, this camera's out. So is this and this and this. And for now, guys, let's go ahead and do 4 cameras. So only 4 is going to be needed right now. Just 4. Here we go. There we go. Now we have our sections that are split. So boom, you open the computer, it shows our feed. And so just hide this for now. Project could not save. What are you talking about? I have internet. I think I do. I should. Okay, I have internet. My dude, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Okay, so that's kind of gonna be a problem if it's doing that, and I'm not actually sure why. So I'm gonna pause real quick, guys, and I will get right back to this after I figure out how to save it. Okay, so I figured it out actually, and it turns out I was signed out of Scratch for some reason. Like, all of a sudden it just signed me out, so I don't know if someone got into my account or what, but I'm back in. So, okay, we were doing our cameras, right? So we have our cameras, and yes, so we now play. That's not supposed to happen. What's going on? Okay, there we go. So now we have this. We have our doors, of course. And so, yes, now let us work on the cameras, alright? Or, yes, the computer, actually. So, let's see here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to have a miniature layout just like this to go here. I'm going to need to size it correctly, of course, if I'm going to get it to fit the camera here. Actually, that was pretty close, actually, to accurate. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to try that real quick. Okay, that one's there. Alright, good enough. And now I'm going to set the fill just to be some smaller gray color, some dark gray color. And actually that kind of ended up looking terrible where it is. So I'm going to make it higher a bit. There we go. So now it's evenly in there a bit. This should probably be 0. And there we go. I say it's good enough. It's as good as we're gonna get. So yeah. And now if I do this, let's see here. There we go. And then okay. No, why is it doing that? Not very nice. Ta-da. See, it wasn't that hard. Okay, It's a little bit bigger than we need it to be, so I'm kind of gonna decrease it a bit. Okay, there we go. So we have our thing. Maybe, what if, okay, you know, I kind of made y'all do that for nothing. Instead of that, what I'm gonna have us do is maybe have text in there that says click to open. I might use pixel just for fun. Let's see here. Click to open. Click to open. There we go. Alright. It's not terrible. It's not super, you know, artistic and great, but what it will do is do. So it'll do. Alright, so here's what we can do. We can create a public variable and call it camera status. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We also have to do this. So when flag is clicked, forever, if then an else. And by the way, this is the same thing as just, we're still gonna hide it whenever main menu is open or anything else like that. So if backdrop number is 3, we're gonna show. Anything else we're gonna hide. Funny thing, back a couple years ago when I first kind of started Scratch, what I would do is for every specific backdrop, I would say when backdrop switches to whatever, I would hide it or show it. Definitely so much easier doing this. And if you want to have multiple backgrounds or backdrops that'll show, just use an or. So yeah, just a little fact. So we have our door. Now we need to click to open. So here's what we can do. When flag is clicked, I'm actually going to set camera status to closed. And then, yes. Okay, so when this sprite is clicked, we're going to do if, let's see here. Alright, we are going to do if camera status is closed, we're going to set camera status to open, and that kind of looks like an O, but it's actually 0. And then if camera status is open, we're going to set it to closed. And actually we need to still stop this script. This is playing. It always lags whenever I'm coding while it's running. Okay, so stop the script. And now here we go. What this can do is when flag is clicked, forever, if then and else. If. Actually, we're going to do an or. Let's do an or. So if, let's see here. Okay, so if camera status is open, or O, you can use open or O, or anything. Honestly, guys, you don't have to copy my exact things as long as it's something you will understand later on if you come to make updates. That's all I'm saying. So if camera status is O, and backdrop number is 3. So basically, if the backdrop number is game, and the status is open, it'll show. Anything else we are going to hide is the camera status O. It's 0, bro. It's 0. You're supposed to be hidden. Oh, okay. Nope, I lied. I'm so bad for doing this. I'm so bad for doing this. Okay, not or. We need to use and. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know how I let that one pass by. It's supposed to be and, not or. That's on me. Alright, I apologize. So now it should work. Huh? Yeah? No? Okay. Let's try. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. So let's see here. What I'm gonna do is also when this sprite is clicked, set camera status to closed. And we're gonna also send this thing to the front layer. Set camera status to closed. And now we're gonna go here and do forever go to front layer, because as you can see, it used to be in front. And so now when we close it, it'll set the status to closed. That way, that's how they can close it. And so let's go ahead and create a background. I'm honestly gonna do a darker black, but enough to where it is visible. And so we're gonna have to create all these different scenarios that'll take place. So look, we now have our cameras, alright? But now we need to add content in the cameras. So, oh crap. 1 second. I will be right back. Alright, sorry for that little freak out right there. So what happened was I forgot to put these sprites in the description of the last episode, like I had said I would. I always do this. I always say I'm going to put something in the description, and then I actually forget to. So I just did that. I'm going to keep these sprites in the description as well. And yes, so here's what I'm going to do. This is Freddy. So I'm going to copy him in there. And so the first scenario here, right now we're just kind of building something. Like, so this first thing will be maybe Freddy's stage, his wonderful, wonderful stage. Everything is dark, by the way. This is at night. So try to use darker colors, of course. You don't have to, but of course, this is your game, your creation. So go for whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay. And now I'm going to do a little bit of a shadow on Freddy. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to add a curtain behind him as well, just to kind of make it seem more, you know. That's too close to his color. Okay. No, I still didn't do it right. Okay, eventually I'm gonna get it. There we go. Alright, we did it. So now we have our first scene. Try to get this scene to match as closely as you can. If not, and if you're kind of going on your own way and kind of, you know, making your own scene, of course, do that how you want to. So here's our first scene that we have. The next scene I actually want. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. The next scene I actually want to use some more. This dude here, right here. This guy's always having a mind of his own in games. Same with Foxy, I swear. Okay. So, the second one, I'm gonna place this one guy here. And then, so these two will be together. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna create like a more of a floor for them. That way it's not just like, oh yeah, they're in some kind of void. Because that's not what we're trying to have. Okay. Alright, so I think this kind of gives a little creepy vibe. Like they're in this area. Okay, we're not really sure. Actually, we need to actually title each little thing. So, stage cam. So this is this camera for the stage. Actually, what I could do is something creepier. So maybe have it here. Kind of downsize a bit. Active. So when cameras go inactive and have all that fuzz, what we can do is make it say inactive. So we actually need to find a spot where we can consistently have each title station. Okay. Left cam active. So this will be the left cam, right next to the door, I guess you could say. Not necessarily, but you know. Okay. This will be right cam. Isn't kitchen the camera that's always completely just like done with? It doesn't even work. Right cam active. Here we go. And not sure on this, but okay, what should we do for right cam? I'm not really sure what we should do. So I'm just gonna kind of do something because it's left and right, so they're gonna be somewhat similar, I guess. Maybe I will place. These are all very, very extremely creepy. Or not. What is creepy? I just said creepy. I think I was trying to mix something like creatures with creepy because that is not a thing. Yes, yes, yes. These guys are all very creepy right now. Happens. So here we go. So now we have our other camera here with Foxy. You know, gotta love Foxy. One of a kind, literally. Alright. And now I think our other cam should be inactive. Just, oh no, why is it inactive? And I'm actually going to use this texture because I really, 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 really like it. So yeah. I think it definitely gives off some kind of creepy vibe there. And I think what we could call this is surround cam inactive. So we have our 4 cameras, one of which is inactive. So yes, I guess we can get working on some other stuff. Alright guys, so we got a lot more done in this episode, but now for the gameplay part. We are going to do that in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Episode 3 will be coming very, very soon. Subscribe if you want to stay tuned for some more. And I will see you guys later. Peace.